This is an Ellis Mowers and More small engine repair. Stay connected on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. Comments or questions? Leave them below or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com. Parts used in today's repair are found using the links in the description below. And as always, like and subscribe for more small engine content. On today's repair, I've got this John Deere LA140 that's in the shop. What it is doing, and I'll show it to you. Guy said that it had a bad switch on it. I believe he's right. So it's just completely dead whenever you try and start it. No response or anything. So figured it's not a starter solenoid, and you can hear the solenoid click for the anti-backfire solenoid on there. So I didn't think it was that either. And I told him, I said, it's probably a brake safety. And done a little diagnosis, and I can get you in here and show you that that is likely what the issue is. I got to charge the battery too because it's a little bit low. But I'll show you all how I came to that conclusion. A lot of times people think that you have to be sitting on the seat to start machines. Most of the time, I know that it's not all the time, but most of the time you don't, which is kind of nice. You can have the park brake set and just start it while you're off the mower. Now, if you had the blades on and stuff, then that'd be different. But what I have found here is that the brake safety is bad, and I'm going to show that to y'all here next. Let me get everything set up, and we'll get all this situated so that y'all can see what this thing is doing. So the brake safety switch on this machine is right down here. It's going to be underneath the battery. I'll remove the battery so that we can maybe view it better, but at least access it a little bit better. So it is right there in that spot. So get your ohm meter. I usually set it to like 20,000 ohms. The purple wire is your trigger wire. You go up to your starter solenoid up here, unplug your purple wire, plug a lead in there, and then you come down to your purple wire that goes from the switch to the trigger to the starter solenoid, and you can see that I have 0 ohms. Now what you want to see is continuity, full continuity from your purple wire at your starter solenoid all the way up your PTO switch. Now that is what I tested first, and well, it looks like I've got it now, so that's interesting. So maybe I just had a bad connection earlier, because I did unplug it and plug it back in, but I do want to show y'all this wire to the PTO switch. If you, let's see, push it out, you have infinite ohms. You push in the park brake, and I have 0 now, so I bet this thing will start up. So that test I just showed you, I back probed it all the way to the ignition switch, and I have 0 ohms. I have full continuity, which what I want to see is they've put a new starter solenoid in it. I'm wondering if the solenoid is just toast or not installed correctly. It is a 4-prong, so I'm going to check the wiring over here just to make sure that we're not missing anything. And I don't see any issues with it. Unless the hour meter is bad and it's causing issues, but that's a totally different setup because the purple wire is the only one that keeps it going. The PTO switch works. The fuse is good. So let me see, I'm just going to jump it across with a screwdriver or pliers, whatever I can find here. I just want to see if it runs. Totally dead. Let me, just in case. No. It's either the starter solenoid, or if you noticed, I lifted up on the seat and it didn't cut off like it's supposed to. So it could be a ground issue. It's weird. Really, really weird. Because there is a blown fuse in here too, so kind of makes me wonder. Oh, it might be it, guys. Let me see if the fuse is blown. It's not. We could just have a bad ground to the starter solenoid. What I'm looking at back here, because I've got full continuity, everything seems to work like it's supposed to, but these wires seem like they're a little bit questionable where the starter solenoid plugs in. And so I'm kind of interested to see if that has anything to do with it. Oh, it's a lot. Tell y'all what, the stuff I worked on today has just been atrocious to figure out so far. So we're going to probe this black wire. up to the solenoid from the ground there. So we'll put a probe right there. We'll put one at the ground down here. And do we have anything? Looks like we do. There's the ground. It's on the body. So, guys, it's like, I'm going to put a starter solenoid on it. That may be our issue. Even though the starter solenoid's new, I don't quite get, it just won't go. One thing I did also have to do on this is change out the ignition switch because the spring action on it was bad. So I got an exact replacement switch that came off of what I believe to be a good tractor, and it's still doing the same thing. So I don't think it's the switch. So I'm going to pull this solenoid off, which literally is just a few nuts. I'm going to disconnect the negative battery cable so I don't shock myself. And we're going to put a new solenoid in and see if that fixes it. This solenoid just could be dead. This will be the second one today that's basically a new solenoid that quit. So that'll be interesting to see. Alright, so again, just a few bolts and nuts. New starter solenoid. These starter solenoids can be a little finicky sometimes. Usually when they fail, they'll at least click, but then not fire across. This one didn't do a thing. It was like shorted completely for some reason. But now, so that's what it was, guys. I thought it was a brake safety switch. Ended up being a starter solenoid. So not always the what it appears to be, I suppose. But electrical issues can be troublesome sometimes. I think that, let me just make sure that this will not start now. And it won't. Push it. That's what it was. And I see evidence of this on this machine because there is a starter solenoid that's sitting in here that appears to be old, and then I had the new starter solenoid which is sitting over there on the bench. This is trash anyways. So the new starter solenoid sitting on the bench, I think, or I put it over here, one of the two. There it is. This is actually the second one that has been bad on me today that is new, because this one was made the 29th week of 2022, so kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm going to get hopefully the battery will charge for them, and we'll be done with this. We'll send it back to them, let them come pick it up, get it out of here, because I need to get some stuff out of here. But I'll get this just pulled out here just for the time being so that we can wrap this video up. Like I said, I was not expecting it to be a starter solenoid since this is a new solenoid, but it's as good as trash as well. So yeah, we'll finish this video up here in just a second, but I'm glad this one was a relatively easy fix. Starter solenoid is better than a brake safety switch too. So there it is. Again, just a starter solenoid, which I was really surprised about. Thought it was a brake safety switch, but when you go around and see that somebody has done something inside something, probably means that you need to visit it or revisit it, their work. And it's not necessarily that they did a poor job putting a starter solenoid on, just ended up being that the starter solenoid that they put on was bad, believe it or not. So how about that? So we got that new solenoid on and it's ready to rock and roll. We'll get this customer situated. I'll send him a text, tell him to come pick it up whenever he'd like to, and we'll move on to the next one. Y'all can see I got plenty here in the driveway that we need to take care of. I've got plenty on the trailer, plenty in the back of the truck. I mean, we just got it everywhere right now. So see what we've got to do here. But this one's done and ready to go back. So thanks again for watching this video. Hopefully y'all found it helpful. Again, electrical diagnosis can be a little bit tricky sometimes, and so I just wanted to video my experience with this machine and just going through the troubleshooting process. That brake safety switch did seem like it was a little odd there at first, but it's much more consistent now, and I don't think the two were related. So yeah, so we'll I got the battery charging, let it charge overnight, see if it's good, and just tell them probably tomorrow morning that it's ready to roll, and come pick it up. So thanks again for watching this repair video. Hopefully you found it helpful. Probably going to be a lot of small repairs here coming up on the channel in the coming weeks, because I'm trying to crank them out as fast as I can right now. Not only videos, but also machines. So hopefully y'all enjoyed it, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Take care.